right, so when I was doing this pour in my last video, I went to put another ingot in and I didn't consider the temperature difference. Wasn't thinking. And when I put it in, I heard like a tink, a loud tink noise. And I thought, oh man, did my crucible just break? But I didn't see it pouring out and it didn't look seriously bad. And this is a newer crucible, hadn't seen much use actually. But when I went to pick it up, I said, is that aluminum dripping there? And then it dripped and dripped, and that's when I saw that it had cracked there. And so I had to put it in the furnace and shut it off. And the issue I have now is there's this plate. Camera's not focusing very good, but there's where the aluminum was dripping out as it was cooling down. And so now that won't come out this hole because it fills, you know, it was made against the wall of this area and there's a lip in here, so there's no way to get that out as is. So I think if I lay it down flat again and I go in there with a drill bit, maybe I can drill holes across to get it in half and pull it out so that I can get this back to working condition. All right, let's see if this will focus a little bit. There's our progress so far. And what I'm doing is stepping up. Anyone who's gone through steel or any kind of metal with a drill press knows you don't start with the biggest bit because it's too much. So I start with like a 1/4 inch bit and hit the holes. And then I went back through with a 3/8 and hit the holes. I'm still gonna have to, you know, do one back there and step it up. But now I've got a 7/16 and I just hit all those holes with that. So I'll probably just go up to a 1/2 inch and then hopefully that'll build those holes out enough to where I'll be all the way through and I can pull each piece out. And then hopefully this still works because I have hit this a little bit as I'm drilling through, but hopefully it's not doing anything serious. So we'll see. Okay, unfortunately, I didn't get my spacing just right. Just guessing. There we go. And so I'm having to drill in the sides now because you have this little bit of metal in the middle. And you try to put a big bit on that and it just bounces around. So I have to go kind of in that little, almost like it makes a triangle to where I can get a little drill bit, you know, maybe like this, and drill in there and then, you know, that gives the tip of a bigger drill bit something to go into a little bit, and then you drill it through to break through like I did the two towards the top of the screen. That's how I got in there. You can see where I drilled in the side a little bit. So I'm gonna have to do that there, and then I might be able to bend it at that point. Oops. To get the rest out. So finally got it drilled through enough to where I could bend it up and get it out. But you see, well, having trouble getting it to focus. So it might be hard to make out. There's a crack going up through here, and there's some cracks in the floor as well. Now I think this stuff just like insulates and keeps heat in, so maybe that's not a huge deal as long as I don't have another spill. Because now there's cracks, if more metal, you know, if that happens again, then the metal could go in the cracks and mess everything up inside. So what I'm gonna do is heat this thing up to maximum temperature with just an empty crucible in it, and then let it cool down and see if it works still, see if it all looks good. And if it does, then I'll keep using it. If not, then it's time for a new furnace. Well, she's been plugged in for a while, set on 1150, but just hanging out around 25. It's not getting hot at all. So I must have wrecked something. Either when I cracked this or that little, see that piece of metal down there? That kind of got banged around as I was trying to drill through that aluminum. And so maybe it knocked something loose or disconnected something. So it looks like I'll be needing a new forge. So I'll have to look around, see if I go with another one of these or if there's something else that might last better. Not sure, but for now I'm out of commission.